Hey students, welcome back to my channel. First of all, thank you so much for giving me so many lovely compliments. It really means a lot to me. Thank you guys. So here in this video, I'm going to talk about interview. So students, you should know that interview is basically divided into three categories. Yes, there are three stages that we have to work on very properly and sincerely if we really want to crack a particular job interview or the interview of our dream job. So these stages are pre-interview, interview, the D-Day, and there is a third one that is known as the post-interview stage. Okay. So in this video, I will tell you a few things about pre-interview stage. So take this stage as much important as you take the D-Day, the main interview day also. Okay. So mind it students that you have to be very much careful while you have got the call and then you have decided that on a particular date you are going to face that interview. How will you prepare yourself? What kind of things that you have to take into consideration? So let me tell you, see, starting from the first thing onwards, the first and the foremost thing is to know your resume. Yes, you have already sent your resume to that particular company and it is on the basis of that resume only that they have called you for this particular interview. Fine, but you have to study your resume before going to that particular interview, because this is going to be the first document that will be lying in front of them, the person who is taking your interview. So this is very much likely that that person can definitely ask you a few questions out of your resume as well. So you have to study your resume because there may be some gaps in your studies. Suppose that you have completed your graduation in 1999 and then you could not take admission anywhere else, or you have taken a break of 1 year or so and then you took admission in some other college or somewhere after 1 year. So that person, that interviewer can really ask you why is there a gap of 1 year in your resume. So you must be ready with an instant answer. There is no need to sit and think and go blank in front of the interviewer. Okay, because this will show your confidence level. This will show that how you are aware of yourself. And I can tell you one more thing, that suppose it was something personal, that maybe there may be some personal reason for which you could not continue your study or your previous job for 1 year and there has been a particular gap of 1 year or so whatsoever, but you have to prepare a very good reply. Fine. So what can be the possible questions during the interview and what should be the appropriate replies? These important questions and answers I will be telling you in some other video next time. But in this time I am just focusing on how to prepare for that interview. So the first thing is about, as I told you, that you have to study your resume and try to make as many questions as possible from your resume itself and prepare your answers beforehand. That is one thing. Second thing is that you have to work on your personality also. You have to see which kind of costume you are going to wear. It should be very much decent. It should not be so much gaudy and it should not be so much showy. Okay, you are not supposed to show off yourself. If you are wearing any accessories should be very much decent. Okay. Then the third thing that you have to focus is about your hairstyle. It should be properly done. Your nails should be properly trimmed, and your footwear should also look very much polished and decent enough. The next thing that you have to keep into consideration is your document file. Yes, document file is also a very much important thing to take into consideration. See, before going to that interview, you have to see, have you arranged your document file properly? Yes, this is really an important thing to understand. You should keep that certificate, which is the latest one, okay, that should be kept on the first page of your file. Then you can keep another documents as and when you have got those certificates. Fine. And if you have got any particular achievement, you have received any award or any achievement that you really think that it is very much important, you should definitely keep that thing in the first or second page itself, so that whenever they open the file, it should directly come into their notice. Because sometimes when they open your file, they start being busy in another discussion. Okay, they keep on asking some questions and sometimes they don't look for each and every document. They just open the file, just see 1 or 2 pages and then they forget to move on to the other pages. So if you have any important thing that you think that they should know, don't forget to keep that in first or second place itself. Fine. Then another important thing is that you should know your document file properly also. See, we assume that they won't be going through each and every page properly, but obviously there are exceptions to each and everything. So there is exception to this thing also, and there may be one person sitting in that panel, interview panel, and he may be just observing your document file only. So then they can ask you any particular question related to that particular certificate which you have attached into your file. So you should know your file properly. Fine, if you have attached any certificate, you should read that certificate and you should know how that certificate was won, who had given you, what was the occasion, and why were you chosen for that particular thing or activity, wherever, whatever position you have scored. You should know each and everything about your document file. That was another thing. And third important thing is that when you're preparing for that interview or you're going towards the location or the day of interview, you should carry some A4 sheets into document file, and don't forget to keep some extra copies of your resume as well. Because suppose if during the interview they ask you to produce or show or give one more copy, or they want to have two more copies because other persons wants to study your resume as well during the interview. Okay, so there may be so many candidates will be there who will say that I'm sorry, I have not brought the copies. This is very much common. Obviously it will not add to any negative points, but it will definitely add to your positive points if you can smartly pull off an extra copy of your resume, and if you keep it on the table. It will show that you have come with well preparedness. You are well prepared for this interview and you are very much smart enough. So don't forget to keep extra copies of your resume. Plus don't forget to carry some extra passport size photographs as well. For example, if they ask to produce, if you are smart enough, you will produce, and it will also give a very good impression. The next important thing is to prepare a small carry bag for that day, the particular day of interview. In that particular bag, that small bag that you are going to prepare now, in that bag you will have to carry one water bottle. Fine. Then you will carry something to eat. Okay. See, I always suggest my students to carry something to eat in their bag while going for a particular interview. Because although some students think that they should have proper breakfast, and it is very much important also that you should have your proper breakfast while going to the interview, but it is also a fact that when it is that important day, we really don't feel like eating anything at all. You all agree to this viewpoint. So this is always advisable to keep something. You can take a small packet of biscuits or some chewing gums you can take, or you can carry some nuts as well. They are very much easy to pull out and eat at the time of emergency. If you feel like butterflies in your stomach, you can just pull out something and you can eat. This is important. Next, another important thing that you have to carry in your bag is a little bit amount of money. Fine. Then there should be at least 1 or 2 handkerchiefs should be there. And if it is a rainy season, don't forget to carry one umbrella so that your costume doesn't get spoiled accidentally even. And if you are going to an interview during a hot summer days, don't forget to keep your goggles as well. So these are a few things that you should keep in your bag while going to that particular interview. Now this is all about yourself, but there is another important aspect before going to that interview. This is the aspect that we have to focus on. It is a research about that company. Wherever you are going to take your interview, you should know that company properly. It's not only that their people are going to take your interview and they are going to select you. No, this is just like matchmaking. As a girl has a right to choose the boy also has the right to choose the girl also. We cannot force anyone on anyone. So if the company chooses you, are you ready to work in that particular company? You should make up your mind beforehand, before going to that interview. So search the company, search your location, and try to find out the contacts. If you can find out some contacts, try to contact those people and try to meet those people and try to find out which kind of environment they are working in. Are they really happy with their job, or if they are having any grudges, what kind of grudges are they facing, or whatever grudges they are facing, do you really think that their particular point can be grudge for you also, or you are comfortable with that particular thing? So you have to work on all these things. Then also find out and try to explore the company as much as possible. See what is the reputation of the company, and what are their sales, what is their turnover. how much they are paying to their employees, and what are their incentives, and what are their rules and regulations and other policies. Everything is available on internet. Fine. So research the company properly and work more on yourself as well, and then you go to face that interview. And what you are going to do in that particular interview, for that you have to wait for my next video, and I will be sharing with all my views, and I will be giving you some tips also how to crack that interview in first chance itself. And there is no denying the fact that nobody can stop you for cracking that particular interview. So if you have liked this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed, you have to subscribe because you want to watch the next video also, because it's going to be very much useful for your career, and you can share this video to as many people as you know in your family and your friends, because interview is such an important phenomena of anyone's life that it creates a foundation of the whole life. So if your acquaintances, if your friends, and if your relatives come to know about all this, if they can really get through that interview, and they can really get the dream job. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel to as many people as possible. And I'm coming up with the next video very soon. Till then, keep smiling and keep practicing very much hard, and I'm here for you for every kind of help for your English speaking and your communication skills and your interview skills as well. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Bye bye.